Surah Al-Muddaththir. Central theme and relationship with the previous surah. This surah is the counterpart of Surah Muzammil, the previous surah. There is no essential difference between the central themes of both surahs. Even their names share the same meaning. The previous surah directs the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ to prepare for bearing the burden of a heavy word. It is this surah which explicitly explains what is meant by bearing this burden, which is, he should prepare himself to take up the responsibility of inzar, or warning people of the hereafter, and should strongly adhere to his stance even if people violently oppose him. He should leave their matter to God and always remember that his responsibility is to solely remind people through the Qur'an. He is not responsible for making them accept it. Only those people will accept it who, in accordance with the law and practice of God, are worthy of this acceptance. Those who are not worthy shall always remain indifferent to it, however much the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ tries to guide them. Analysis of the discourse. Section 1, verses 1 to 10. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ is directed to discharge his mission of warning people of the hereafter with full preparation. He should declare the greatness of his Lord and cleanse and purge his heart from everything which may tarnish it. He should keep himself away from all traces of polytheism and continue with his efforts. For the sake of his Lord, he should hold his ground against all hostilities. The Almighty will make all his efforts bear fruit, and the call of Islam will be spread far and wide. Section 2, verses 11 to 17. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ should well inform the people about the afflictions of the Day of Judgment. The day shall be very severe for the disbelievers, and they should not consider it to be an easy affair. Those who, inebriated by their riches and status, reckon that on the Day of Judgment, if it comes at all, they shall be given even more than what they presently have, must remember a bare fact. When the Almighty had created them from the wombs of their mothers, they were totally alone in this world. They neither had wealth nor status at that time. It was the Almighty who blessed them with wealth and status. But instead of being grateful to their Lord, conceit and vanity overcame them, and they held that whatever they had was their right by birth, and they would be blessed with even more in the hereafter. This, it is clear, is a totally false claim. If, as a result of this, they rise against the Qur'an, then they should remember that they will have to face a very severe penalty. Section 3, verses 18 to 25. A depiction of the excuse fashioned by the arrogant leaders of Quraysh to deny the Qur'an, and of the disdainful way in which they actually presented this excuse. Sorrow is expressed at this attitude. It is very unfortunate that their estimation about the Qur'an is totally wrong. They reckoned it to be a miracle of a prophet's stirring and eloquent speech, and never paid attention to its warnings. The fact of the matter is that each and every sentence of it is a reality which they will soon encounter. Section 4, verses 26 to 31. A description of hell which the disbelievers will encounter. These disbelievers used to indulge in vain talk about it. An assertion of the fact that since these disbelievers are overcome by the false claim that they have knowledge of everything, they will make fun of this description and say that such statements are of no use. The truth of the matter is that this description is based on the wisdom of the Almighty. Those who have the desire for the truth will benefit from it, while those who, in spite of their ignorant claim of being know-alls, will adopt an attitude which shall ruin their fate. Section 5, verses 32 to 48. An argument on the hereafter from the manifestations of nature is presented, and wonder is expressed at the ignorance of those who are unmindful of the greatest upheaval of the universe. The Qur'an is informing them about it so that all those who want to prepare for it can do so, and those who want to evade it are left with no excuse but stubbornness. They should remember that on that day, each person will be held in pledge for his own deeds. Only his deeds will liberate him or lead him to the torment of hell. No one's deeds or intercession will be of any benefit for any other person. Only the companions of the right hand or the Ashabul Yameen will be declared as the victors. They shall live comfortably in paradise, and from there they will inquire from those who will be put in hell as to what led them to it. In reply, the dwellers of hell will openly confess the crimes which led them to their status of doom. Section 6, verses 48 to 52. Wonder is expressed at those who are fleeing from the message of the Qur'an, and the real reason which is making them flee is indicated. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ is directed to ignore them. His responsibility is only to remind them. Those who do not benefit from this will see for themselves its dire consequences. Only those shall benefit from it who, according to the Almighty's laws, deserve to benefit from it. Text of the Surah. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Ya ayyuhal muddaththir, qum fa'anzir, wa rabbaka fakabbir, wa thiyabaka fatahhir, wa rujza fahjur, wa la tamnun tastakthir, wa li rabbika fasbir. فَإِذَا نُقِرَ فِي النَّاقُورِ فَذَلِكَ يَوْمَئِذٍ يَوْمٌ عَسِيرٌ عَلَى الْكَافِرِينَ غَيْرُ يَسِيرٌ ذَرْنِي وَمَنْ خَلَقْتُ وَحِيدًا وَجَعَلْتُ لَهُ مَالًا مَمْدُودًا وَبَنِينَ شُهُودًا وَمَهَّدتُّ لَهُ تَمْهِيدًا ثُمَّ يَطْمَعُ أَنْ أَزِيدَ كَلَّا إِنَّهُ كَانَ لِآيَاتِنَا عَنِيدًا سَأُرْهِقُهُ صَعُودًا إنه فكر وقدر فقتل كيف قدر ثم قتل كيف قدر ثم نظر ثم عبس وبصر ثم أدبر واستكبر فقال إن هذا إلا سحر يؤثر إن هذا إلا قول البشر سأصليه سقر وما أدراك ما سقر لا تبقي ولا تذر لواحة للبشر عليها 19 وما جعلنا أصحاب النار إلا ملائكة وما جعلنا عدتهم إلا فتنة للذين كفروا ليستيقن الذين أوتوا الكتاب ويزداد الذين آمنوا إيمانا ولا يرتاب الذين أوتوا الكتاب والمؤمنون وليقول الذين في قلوبهم مرض والكافرون ماذا أراد الله بهذا مثلا كذلك يضل الله من يشاء ويهدي من يشاء وما يعلم جنود ربك إلا هو وما هي إلا ذكرى للبشر كلا والقمر والليل إذ أدبر والصبح إذا أسفر إنها لإحدى الكبر نذيرا للبشر لمن شاء منكم من يتقدم أو يتأخر كل نفس بما كسبت رهينة إلا أصحاب اليمين في جنات يتساءلون عن المجرمين ما سلككم في سقر قالوا لم نك من المصلين ولم نك نطعم المسكين وكنا نخوض مع الخائضين وكنا نكذب بيوم الدين حتى أتانا اليقين فما تنفعهم شفاعة الشافعين فما لهم عن التذكرة معرضين كأنهم حمر مستنفرة فرت من قسورة بل يريد كل امرئ منهم أن يؤتى صحفا منشرة كلا بل لا يخافون الآخرة كلا إنه تذكرة فمن شاء ذكر وما يذكرون إلا أن يشاء الله هو أهل التقوى وأهل المغفرة. Translation of the Surah. In the name of God, the most gracious, the ever merciful. O ye enfolded in the shawl, arise and warn people, and proclaim the greatness of your Lord only, and cleanse the apparel of your heart, and keep away from impurity, and do not discontinue your endeavor regarding it to be more, and show perseverance in the way of your Lord. Thus, when the trumpet is sounded, that day will be very severe. It will not be easy for the disbelievers. Leave to me whom I have created alone, and bestowed abundant wealth, and sons abiding in his presence, and fully smoothed out for him the way. Still he expects that I shall give him more? Certainly not. He has turned out to be an enemy of our revelations. Soon I will make him climb a mounting slope. He pondered and schemed. Cursed be he, what he schemed. Then cursed be he, what a wrong scheme he made. Then he looked about. Then he frowned and made a face. Then he turned away and became arrogant. Then said, This is nothing but a magic which is being handed down from the past. It is nothing but the word of man. I will soon cast him into hell. And what have you understood what hell is? It will neither show mercy nor spare anyone. It scorches the skin. Over it are 19 angels. And we have appointed none but angels as the keepers of hell, and have mentioned their number only to make it a test for those who have disbelieved, so that the people of the book receive assurance from this, and the believers may increase in their faith, and the people of the book and the believers have no doubt about it. And so that those who have an ailment in their hearts and those who have disbelieved say, What can God mean by this mention? In this way, God leads astray whom He pleases and guides whom He pleases. And no one knows the armies of your Lord except He, and this matter is just a reminder for man. Certainly not. The moon bears witness, and the night also, when it turns its back, and the morning when it shines forth, that this matter is from among the great matters narrated to warn man. For every person among you who wants to advance forward or wants to turn away, every soul shall be held in pledge for its own deeds. The only exception will be the people of the right hand. They will be in gardens inquiring after the wrongdoers. They will ask, What has brought you into hell? They will reply, We were not among those who prayed, nor did we feed the poor, and we used to quibble with these quibblers, and used to deny this day of reckoning, till there came to us this moment of certainty. So no intercession of the intercessors will be of any use to them. What then is the matter with them, that they are turning away from the reminder, as though they are frightened asses fleeing from a lion? In fact, each one of them desires that he be handed open scrolls. Certainly not. They, in fact, have no fear of the hereafter. Certainly not. This is just a reminder. So let him who wills take heed. And they will not take heed unless God so wills. He alone is pious and worthy of being forgiven.